Tonight, Fuqi Feipian, a dish that began as scraps, as the parts the butcher threw away. From Chengdu, the misty heart of the Sichuan basin, where a husband and wife once turned the cheapest beef in the market into something the whole city came to love. Most cold dishes are an afterthought, a small thing set down before the meal really begins. Fuqi Feipian is not an afterthought. It is the reason people sit down. Thin sheets of beef and tender offal, shank and tongue and tripe, slow cooked for hours in a spiced broth, chilled until firm, then bathed in a glossy red oil that is equal parts fire and perfume. It looks simple. It is not. Every slice is a small act of patience. Servings 4. 30 minutes of preparation. 3 hours of slow cooking. 3.5 hours from the first pot of water to the final pour. 10.5 ounces of beef shank. 7 ounces of beef tripe, cleaned. 7 ounces of beef tongue. Ginger. Whole Sichuan peppercorns. Star anise. A stick of cinnamon. Bay leaves. And a single black cardamom pod. Half a cup of gluten-free tamari. A quarter cup of Shaoxing rice wine. 2 tablespoons of dark Qingchang vinegar. And the soul of the dish. Half a cup of Sichuan red chili oil, sediment and all. Begin with the water. Bring a deep pot to a rolling boil and lower in the shank, the tongue, and the tripe. Let them blanch for 10 minutes, just long enough to draw out what you do not want. The surface will cloud and turn gray. Skim it away. Then lift the meat out, rinse it clean under cold water, and start again with a fresh, clear pot. Now the braise. Return the meat to the clean pot, and around it lay the aromatics, ginger and the pale roots of the scallions, whole Sichuan peppercorns, star anise, cinnamon, bay, and the cracked black cardamom. Pour in the Shaoxing rice wine and the tamari, and enough cool water to cover everything completely. This is the bath the beef will live in for the next 3 hours. Bring it up to a boil once, then bring it down to the barest whisper of a simmer. Cover it and leave it alone. For 2.5, maybe 3 hours, the pot holds a low and steady heat, and the tough, cheap cuts slowly surrender. The tripe softens. The tongue gives up its resistance. The shank turns silken. When it is finally tender, but not yet falling apart, lift the meat into the cold and let it rest until firm. And save a cup of that dark, spiced broth. You will need it. This is the part the old cooks are known for. Take the chilled beef and a knife with a long, sharp edge, and slice, paper thin, almost translucent, each piece falling away from the last, shank and tongue and tripe in a slow and even rhythm. Listen, the tap of the blade against the board, again and again. There is no machine for this, only a steady hand and time. While the meat rests, mix the red. Into a bowl goes half a cup of the chilled broth you saved. Then the dark Xinjiang vinegar, sharp and malty. Minced garlic, a teaspoon of Sichuan peppercorn, disgusted and ground to a fine dust. And last, the chili oil. Hongyo, they call it, the red oil. Poured in slowly, sediment and all, until the whole bowl begins to glow. Now the plate, a bed of thin, cool celery laid down first. Over it the slices, arranged in soft, overlapping waves of beef. Then the pour. The red oil moves across the meat, unhurried, filling every fold. A scatter of crushed peanuts for the crunch, toasted sesame, a handful of green scallion, and it is done, cool and glistening and quietly dangerous. History and cultural origins. In the Chengdu of the 1930s, a young husband and wife sold sliced beef from a shoulder pole in the street. They could not afford the good cuts, so they bought what the butchers set aside: the lungs, the tripe, the scraps of head and heart, the parts no one else wanted. They simmered them and sliced them thin and dressed them in chili oil, and the people of the city fell in love. The name they earned is a small joke that has lasted almost a century. Because the couple sold it together, people called it the husband and wife slices. And because the meat was cast-offs, the word for it was fay, meaning waste. Fay-PYEN, waste slices. But waste is an ugly word to print on a menu. So somewhere along the way, one character was quietly traded for another that sounds just the same. Fay, meaning lung. And the dish that began as garbage became, forever, the married couple's lung slices. Taste it, and you meet the two souls of Sichuan cooking at once. First, the heat of the chili, broad and warm across the tongue. And then, underneath it, something stranger. A tingle, a buzz, a cool electric numbness that hums along your lips and will not quite hold still. That is the Sichuan peppercorn. Huajiao. It is not a chili at all. It is the dried husk of a tiny berry, and it does something no pepper can. Together, they make the flavor the Sichuan call mala, numbing and hot. Now, Chengdu has never stopped eating this dish. In 2010, it became the first city in Asia to be named a city of gastronomy, a place where food is treated as heritage, worth protecting. And Fuqi Feipian sits near the very center of that heritage. It is on the white tablecloths of the banquet halls now, and in the little cold dish shops on the corner, exactly as it always was. The recipe climbed from the gutter to the guest of honor and forgot nothing on the way up. Serve it cold, the way it has always been served, not as the centerpiece, but as the opening. The first bright, blazing bite that wakes the whole table up before the hot dishes ever arrive. Fuqi Feipian is the rarest kind of recipe, one that survived by being loved, not by being fine. It was born from the parts that were thrown away, made by people who had nothing to spare, and it never once tried to impress anyone. It was only trying to feed the people who loved it. The beef is thin as a whisper. The oil is red as a lantern. And somewhere in Chengdu, a husband and wife are still, in a way, setting the table. And the table, at last, is set.